Good morning, student. Welcome to Shimavi International School online classes. Today's topic is second part of the chapter number 6, that is political parties. We have studied about the definition, its need, main functions of political party with an example of non-party system. Now in this part we are going to learn about different types of political party system that is working in the world level. We have studied about that also in the previous one. And now the types of political parties, different types of political parties working are there. In this part we are going to study only about the political party system that is existing in India. So this part covers the types of political parties, their role, and the main problems, challenges that is being faced by the party system working in our country, and the reformation, that means solution to overcome those challenges or problems. Now first thing, types of political parties in India. Normally all the federal system in different democracies, they follow at least two types of political parties are existing in almost all the democracies of the world. In India we are having two kinds of political party system, that is state or regional parties, that is present in one of the federal unit, that is the state unit, and the second one is national party. It is present in several or all the units of federations, that is a federation means country. Now federal working where is in existence in that country, we called federation in place of the word country. In India we are having both, that is national party and state or regional party. Every party that is working in a country, it has to register with the election commission. So in India every party has registration with the election commission. Only after that that party can work in India. Now first part, that is the national party. What are the main conditions how a party can become a national party? That is called the condition for a party. Now in India we are having about 6% vote share in the last assembly polls in each of any four states. So this is the first condition for a party that has to be followed, that is 6% vote share in the last assembly polls, that means last Lok Sabha election. The party should have secured at least 6% votes, and that also in about 4 states, not in a single state. So every state should have covered 6% votes in Lok Sabha polls. So assembly polls means Lok Sabha polls. Now 2% of all Lok Sabha seats in the last election. So that is the second condition for a party to be considered a national party. In that, with MPs that are elected from at least 3 states. So 2% of Lok Sabha seat in the elections, and the MPs they should be elected from 3 states. That means 2% means 11 seats should be there in the working existing house, means working house of 543. We are having 543 members. So out of that at least 11 seats should be secured by a party, only then it will be considered national party. It should be recognized as a state party in at least 4 states. So this is the third condition. So the party should be in working or as accepted as state party, and that should be in 4 states. It influences the whole country. That means national party, it influences the whole country, takes national as well as international issues. So they cover all those policies and programs that are of national importance as well as of international importance. Election Commission treats all party equally but offer only special facilities to large and established parties because they are recognized parties. So parties, when they are recognized by the Election Commission, they are given unique symbol that an official candidate of that party can use. Now state parties, there are 5 conditions. Whichever condition is being accepted or being followed by a party, it becomes a state party. So these are 5 conditions, and any of the condition is being followed or done by the party, it becomes a state party. Number 1, 2 seats should be earned plus about 6% vote share in the last assembly elections of the state. That means elections of the state, it should have that much share. Second condition is either it should have 1 seat plus 6% vote share in Lok Sabha election from that state. So beside assembly election, that is state election, if a party earns 1 seat and about 6% vote share, then it also becomes a state party. If a party earns 3% of total assembly seats or 3 seats, then also it gets acceptance. And or if one of every 25 Lok Sabha seats from a state, so if one seat from 25 Lok Sabha seats from our state is earned by a party, it also becomes a state party. Last condition, 8% state-wise vote share in either the Lok Sabha or the last assembly election poll. If this condition is being done, then a party becomes a state party on that condition also. So these are the 5 conditions that are being followed by any party. In that case, any one condition is being done, then it becomes a state party. Now state parties, they influences is, that means their influence or their working is limited, and it is only region based, that means area based. Area means the particular area from which the party is standing. The regional parties, they promote regional or state interests only because they are presenting that particular region or the state and the problems of that state only. They are not presenting the national issues, they are just presenting the regional or the state issue. Once a party is being recognized as a national or state party, the party retains that status even if the performance is not good in the next election. So it is not that if a party loses elections in the next year, that means even if it is in the national level, if it is being accepted as a state party or a national party, that party does not loses the status of being a national or a state party if it loses the next election, but it loses the status if it fails to fulfill any of the condition, the above conditions that are for the national party or for the state party. If they loses for in the election for 2 times, that means 2 successive continuously for the 2 next elections. If they loses the election, then they loses the status of being a national or a state party. 8 national parties are there in India, and they are INC, BJP, DSP, NCP, CPI, CPIM, NPP, and AITC. So these are main national parties. We are going to cover up the national parties of India. We are just covering them in a short term basis, but you should know that the national parties, their name, when they were being founded, and what is the main ideology. You have to write about their symbols also. So number 1, Indian National Congress, that is INC. It is popularly known as Congress Party, which is one of the oldest parties of the world. So it was founded in the year 1885. The Congress has played a dominant role in Indian politics for several decades after India's independence. So it has been a main party after independence. It is a centralist party, that means the ideology of national in INC is centralist. Centralist means it is neither rightist or leftist. Rightist means ideology of that is of the BJP, and leftist ideas are being followed by the communist parties of India, that is CPI and CPIM. Both the parties are called leftist party. Those who believe in socialism, Marxism. Now the party, it is centralist party in its ideological orientation, that means their way of working is centralist. They work for the or they supports the secularism and welfare of the weaker section and the minorities. So this is the working of Indian National Congress, and the symbol is hand. So you are supposed to write the symbol also. Now the Bharatiya Janata Party, the party, it gets inspiration from the ancient culture. So if there is a question regarding which party gets inspiration from ancient culture, then you are supposed to write about BJP. It could be asked in the way that which party is ideology is based on Hindutva, then also the answer is BJP. So BJP, it was founded in the year 1980. It revived the Bharatiya Jan Sangh values. So it is based on the ideas of Bharatiya Jan Sangh, which was a party in the previous years, that is after the independence. The party is ideology is being followed by the Bharatiya Jan Sangh. Now Hindutva, the ideology of Bharatiya Janata Party, the party aims to build a strong and modern India by drawing inspiration from India's ancient culture and values. This party came in power in 1998 as the leader of the National Democratic Alliance. Previously, this party tried to be in power, but it could not win the majority. First time this party came into being, and that was after coalition was being made by the BJP with other regional parties, and that is National Democratic Alliance was being framed afterwards. So, alliance, as you know, is being made before contesting elections. That means if there is Lok Sabha elections are to be held, BJP along with other parties made alliance with other parties, and that is the name of the alliance is National Democratic Alliance, that is NDA. So afterwards this alliance is still in working and it is still ruling the country in the present year. Now Bahujan Samajwadi Party, it was founded in the year 1984 under the leadership of Kansi Ram. This party BSP is based on the ideas of Sahu, that is Sahu Maharaj, Mahatma Phule, Periyar and Ambedkar. So all those leaders who were working for the upliftment of Dalits, Adivasis, these ideas are being accepted by the BSP. So representation, or that means the ideology of BSP is to represent and secure the power of Bahujan Samaj. So when we are talking about Bahujan Samaj, the Bahujan Samaj, it includes all the members of the minorities, whether they are Dalits or Adivasis or other backward class, even the religious minorities, they are part of the Bahujan Samaj. Now Bahujan Samaj means those who are backward or they are in minority. So those members of the society, to secure their interest and to work for their welfare, is the main ideology of BSP. Recently, Mayawati became the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. She was a main member of the BSP at that time. Now, the Communist Party of India, Marxist, that is CPIM, it was being formed in the year 1964. Earlier it was a part of CPI that was founded in the year 1925. They got deflected, that means deflected means they separated or framed a different party in the year 1964 from the CPI. They believe in the ideologies of Marxism and Leninism, the same ideology of Communist Party of India, but they are having certain differences. So this party was being framed again. Now the ideology of the CPIM is that they supports the socialism, second secularism and democracy. Secular means, socialism means society is the main working of the should be the main working instead of individual, that is privatization. They are against private working. Second, secularism means uh, every religion should be accepted or given equal status, and democracy, that means working of the government should be according to the citizens after election. They are against imperialism and communalism. Communalism means religious working. When it affects the working of the government, it becomes a communalism working. Imperialism means when certain rich persons, they are able to control or they work like a imperial, that is like a king. If a person, single person, or limited persons are able to control the society, so according to their money or muscle power, that is imperialism. So they are against the imperialism and communalism. They accept democratic election as a main vehicle or main method, useful means for securing the objective of social economic justice in India. It means that Marxists believe that democratic elections should be held in a fair manner, free and fair manner, and objective of social and economic justice should be there in India. That means every person in the society should be accepted, whether he belongs to a minority or majority. And second, class differences should be removed, that is economic justice. So economic justice covers the class divisions, and social justice covers the social division of the society. So social and economic division of the society, it should be removed, and democratic elections should be free and fair. Now CPI, it was founded in the year 1925, and it also believes in the Marxism and Leninism, secularism and democracy. So they are against the forces of successionism, communalism, and they accept parliamentary democracy. Now successionism means if a father is working, then his son or the family member is going to be in working after his or her death. It should not be existing in India. Second, communalism, same, religion should not involve in the political working of the government. Parliamentary democracy, that means whatever the working of the government is there, it should be done in a parliamentary method, not by the individual working, should not be done. That means a single person is making all the decisions, should not be done in that manner. Parliament should make the laws, new rules should be made in the parliament. They try to promote the interest of all the lower section, that is working class, farmers, poor persons. So they present the weaker section of the society. Presentation of the weaker section should be there is the main ideology of CPI. Now National Congress Party, NCP, it was founded in the year 1999 after it split from the Congress Party under the Sharad Pawar, P.A. Sangma, and Tariq Anwar. So these three persons, they split. That means they defected from the Congress Party on certain issues and formed the new party, and the name of the party was at that time was NCP. So this party has also been accepted as a national party, as it has covered the terms and conditions of national party. It supports democracy. Gandhian secularism is their main ideology. Equity, that means equal treatment, social justice, and federalism. These are the main ideologies of this NCP party. So ideology of NCP is first democracy, and second secularism. Gandhian secularism means society, religious freedom should be there. Equal treatment is equity, and social justice means every person should be able to survive in the society with no discrimination in society. Federalism means division of work should be there. It should not work should not be in the hand of single or some limited person's hand. It should not be in that way. Now they believe that high offices in the government should be confined to the natural born citizens only. So they are saying, this party says that the high offices, that is the main working of the government, should be in the hands of the persons those who are really Indians, not the foreigner. So that is the main reason why it deflected from the Indian National Congress. The symbol of this party is Anglong clock. Now the party is mainly working in Maharashtra, but now its presence is also felt in the states of Meghalaya, Manipur and Assam, that is the northeastern states. They are also having the acceptance. So NCP, it is working in more than one state. The regional part, it was working as a regional party starting only in Maharashtra, but now its working is there in more than 4 states. Now coalition partner of they are coalition partner of the United Progressive Alliance, that is UPA. They became a partner of UPA after elections of 2009 to frame the government. That means now coalition government was being made. At that time they became a part of UPA. Now National People's Party. National People's Party, it is the first party from the northeastern states to be a national party. It is working in Meghalaya mainly, and it was formed by P.A. Sangma, who was a part of NCP. And when he made expulsion, that means when he again left the NCP in July 2012, he framed a new party, and that the name was given NPP. So NCP, it deflected from Congress, and NPP, it got deflected from NCP. Now according to national, it was accorded, that means it was given the status of national party on July 2019, that means the previous year. And now it is, because now it is a working party in Meghalaya, but the backing of this party is being given by BJP. So NPP was a part of NCP, which was a part of Congress, but now it is a national party because of its working, that is, it is a ruling party in Meghalaya and is backed by BJP. Conrad Kanklan Sangma is now the president, that is C.K. Sangma is the president of NPP from the year 2016. Now the AITC, that is All India Trinamool Congress, that is the last party, National Party of India. It is being led by the founder and the Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, and it was founded in the year 1st January 1998. So AITC, that is All India Trinamool Congress, founder was Mamata Banerjee, and she is the present Chief Minister of West Bengal also. This party is mainly working in the states of West Bengal, Kerala and other states, but the main ideology of this, that is AITC, is mainly based on anti-communalism, that is same way that communal working should not be there. It is called anti-communalism. Bengali, that means they need want the acceptance of Bengali working should be there, that is a language acceptance of the people of West Bengal should be made. And nationalism is their main ideology also, and populism. These are the main ideologies of AITC. Currently, AITC is having 22 seats in Lok Sabha. So, the party has the acceptance of a national party according to the seats they have won in West Bengal, and now in the recent working they are having 22 seats. So, in India, two party system still exists at the national level after even though we call that India is having multi-party system, but only main two parties are working, and those two parties are BJP and Congress. They are the active parties. They are having support of various state and regional parties. They are working with alliance with the other parties, and in that way they are working in the at the state level, sorry, national level. Now, role of regional party. We have studied about all the regional parties are the remaining parties, those who are working at the state level or regional level. They are just confined to that region, like the AIDMK, AIFB, AGP, JKNC, JMM. So these parties map is being provided to you in your book. So the regional parties, the changes are there. The updated book is having the new data regarding the regional parties of India. But some of the regional parties like Samajwadi Party, Rashtriya Janata Dal, they are now being accepted as national level political organization units. So they are having the acceptance of national level political organization unit. Some parties they are only regional based, that is they are just confined to that particular region, that is like Biju Janata Dal, Sikkim Democratic Front, so Jammu Kashmir National Conference Party. So the name of the party is according to the area to which it belongs. Now the status of regional party, that is last 30, that is since 1996, the status of the regional parties has changed. Their role has now expanded. So the role of regional party has expanded after the year 1996. They had made the parliament more diverse, as no party, single party, is able to secure majority on its own. So the bigger parties like BJP and Congress, they are having alliances, and so the alliances, two main alliances are working in India, that is NDA and UPA, and those alliances are working, they are having the support of the regional party. And when uh, alliances are being framed, so the regional parties they are having their presentation in at the national level. So the benefit of that is being earned by the regional parties after having alliances or after framing coalition government, they get the benefit, they get a platform that which could be determinantal to all, and that platform helps the regional party to make their regional problems an easy presentation. So regional parties they are benefited from the alliances because the problems of their region they gets a platform, that means presentation. So it helps the region from which the party hails to get a platform which could be determinantal to all. So it helps, determinantal means it helps all the parties. The area from which they belong, that area also gets the benefit. State assembly, even in the state assembly, that is at the state level, even there in the recent years coalition government is being formed, because if a party is not able to win the majority, single party of a state is not able to win the election, they are not able to win majority. They are winning elections, but they are not able to make a majority. So coalitions are being framed at the state level also. So at the national level, coalition and alliances were being framed, but in the recent years, if we are looking at the state assembly elections, coalitions are being made because a single party of a state is also not able to have the majority, and all those things that are changing in the recent years is because, as we have studied earlier, that the citizens are having no confidence in the political system of the country, and this difference is visible in the coalition governments that are being framed at the state level. Regional parties, they are now, because of all those changes, is important, and their importance we can see at the central government planning process and decisions. So whatever the central government is planning or decisions are being made in this, regional parties are playing an important role.